Hi there everyone, I hope you're keeping well and that you're getting out and about the lovely weather we've had for a while. I know it's a bit duller today, but now we're all able to go that little bit further and maybe meet up with some of our friends, so that makes life a little bit easier. I haven't been making videos for the last couple of weeks because I've had a bit of a problem with my hand and had to take a break, so hopefully things are on the mend and we can continue crafting away. Probably doing too much hard work out in the garden and that's what caused it. Today I'm going to be making something using a lot of toilet roll inserts, which I'm sure we all have loads of, and just some cardboard. So you need cardboard, scissors, need a bit of help from a grown-up with a bit of a sharp knife or a scissors. Paper clips would be a good idea as well if you have them. I'll show you what I'll be doing with those. But what we're going to be doing is making a frame out of cardboard. I'm going to cut this square out and then put more, deepen the frame a bit more. We're going to make a lovely piece like flowers or scroll work with the toilet roll inserts on the inside of it. And the first thing you want to do with those is to cut them into the pieces you're going to need. So you flatten them, and I don't know if you can see the bits of pen I have marked out here. I'm going to move the camera down so you can actually see the work surface here. So when I flatten that down, it's handy having the mat because the measurements are already set out there on it for me, but you can use a ruler and making marks at every centimetre along the way like that. And then on the other end as well, it just means that every piece you cut is going to be the same size, and that really helps when you're going to try and make the flowers and the scroll work out of it. So what you want to do then is get a scissors or get a grown-up with the scissors to help you, and you cut from one mark across to the other so that they will all be straight like that. So we cut across, and the next one, and you need about maybe 4 toilet roll inserts. 3 or 4 would be fine. We have plenty depending on how many flowers and how much detail you want to make, but you can always add to it, so I'm sure it won't be too hard to get a few of those. Okay, I will put those aside. What you're going to do with them is stick them together in a flower shape like this at first, and you can use hot glue if you have a grown-up that can do that for you, or use the PVA glue in between. I put a dot in between each one like that, and then I used a paper clip to hold them in place. You can see the paper clips there in the middle. And then what I did was I wanted to put extra leaves in between my bigger leaves or bigger petals. So what I did for that was I took one of my cut pieces and folded it in half, put the ends together, and then pinch that so that it's perfectly in half. And that's a little, like, looks like little bunny ears, and I just slotted it in between. So if you're going to use the PVA glue instead of the hot glue, you'll need to do the gluing bit first and with the paper clips, and let that sit aside. So you've got your, it's like a snowflake actually is what it looks a bit like. So I'll leave that to the side for the moment. I'm going to make up my framework. So this is 8.5 inches or 21.5 centimeters, and I cut 2 of them, and then I cut my centerpieces are 1 inch or 25 mils each. These are the side pieces that are going to form the frame, so I'll need 2 the full length, and then I'll have 2 that I'm going to cut down to size. They'll go in here, so I'll mark that off where I'm going to have to cut that a little bit shorter. So I'll be cutting 2 of those a little bit shorter. That will go in the top. So I'll put those aside for the minute because I have my first big square, and now I want to cut out the insert of this. So I'm going to put my ruler down, and you can do this, you need a grown-up to do this with a sharp knife. Turn it around. Or if you have to, you could, instead of cutting this part out, you could just build up more strips on the side. I'll show you what I mean now. So there's two options if you don't have sharp knife like this, and of course a hard ruler that will protect you. The steel rulers are the best to use because the knife can't slip through it. So we'll see how that comes out there. It should pop out. So I've got my frame. Use that piece of card for something some other time. So if I didn't want to cut out the frame, I could have just done 2 layers of this, but I wanted to put down the frame first. So I have a choice. I can put that on the top and put these down. I'll show you what I'll do with those. Or the ones I'm going to cut a bit shorter. Okay. I'll cut that one off. So just to show you what I mean, I'm going to put a few dots of glue around. The edges. Stick one long one there first. Oops, a daisy. Less haste and more hurry, as they say. And then another long one along here. And another short one up here. So you can use the sticky glue, the PVA glue, or you can use hot glue, whichever you've got help with. So that's one layer. Now I could do that again if I haven't got a knife to cut out one of these like this, but I'm going to pop that on the outside so that I have a nice framework. Or you could even make it thicker again if you wanted to. So I'm just going to stick some of this down like this. A little dot in the center, some of those just to hold it. Pop that over there. Sorry, my hands are a little clumsy with this support on, so please. So what you can see there now is I have my nice framework, and there's a bit of depth in it. And I could go again and make that taller if I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing, I can place my flower anywhere I want. I could put it bang in the center and then do some other pieces, folding some, I could stick some in this way. Whatever way you want to make your arrangement, or do one in each corner, or have that one over here and make, or I could make an even smaller flower by joining these ones up. So I think that one big flower is nice. And of course you could scale this up and make it an even bigger piece, and it'll be like a big picture frame. So I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to make a little flower here just to show you. What I'm going to do is, for speed's sake, I'm going to use the hot glue rather than the PVA glue with the paper clips, so that otherwise we'd be here watching me do this all day. But you know. And we have to be careful with the hot glue because it hurts when you touch off it and burn your fingers. I might put another one in there just to make it a nice kind of daisy, nice and full. Little dot. And another little dot. Squeeze them all in. When they've dried, then you can open out the leaves. So you can see you're getting more petally shapes. And you might need to put a little dot in the middle of some of them if they're out. Now, so that little one could go in there, and then I could do a few more details in the corners with ones like that. Or another trick you can do, and some of you have done this in the classes with me, is if you cut one and you get either a pencil or your paintbrush, and you hold the end against it and twist it around, curl it in on it like that, then pull it out, you'll have a lovely coil there like that. So you could have that way, you could do it any which way you want, or do an opposite curl with the other half of it, and maybe only come down half of the way like that. So that creates a nice little piece, and you could put one of them in there, but you can fill the whole lot with different details. So I'm going to build this up with as much detail as you want, and then I'll show you in the next clip. I'll probably finish this video off, and then I'm going to do a bit of decorating on it with different colour paints, but you could do it with all sorts. So that's a nice little curl as well. You could bring that one in there any which way you want, or along the edge, and keep going with designing different ones as you want to. So I'm going to keep making a couple of more of these and stick them down into the frame, and then I'll come back with a way to paint it up. Okay, enjoy doing that yourselves, and look forward to seeing how it turns out. Bye.